Hello and what's up guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're back with World Train Sim 5 doing the 2K39 Matlock to Newark service, Newark Castle service, the 12:20 driving local passengers from Derby to Nottingham. Today we're going to be in a class 158 EMT with 2 carts and we're going to be starting at Derby Station. So we're going to get started and we're going to do this pretty simply. So we're just going to release the doors, and like I said, or I haven't said, but what I don't like about this train is the fact that you do have to release the door. Like, there's no door release button for these. You just have to release the doors by yourself. It's really annoying. So I'm guessing these services have to go with a guard, because otherwise how are they going to release the doors if there's no actual door release on them? That's what I wonder. So we're going to get our train set up. So let's turn our muskie on. Let's get our train in forward. That's what we want. Let's close up these doors. And let's get ready to leave Derby, which is our first station call. Right. Or what was our first station call. So we're going to have to wait a minute. And while we're waiting, let's just take our brakes off full service. Throttle all the way. And let's get started as we leave Derby. Now, we're not going to put our announcement straight away, purely because we just need to be a little bit careful of the speed restrictions. So I just need to concentrate on how fast our train is accelerating. Make sure it doesn't go up to that 25 mile per hour mark. Otherwise, we're a bit knackered. But we are slowly increasing, what is nice to see. We'll get to about 24 and then we'll lay off the throttle as we leave Derby. And basically, as soon as we get past this speed restriction, we should just keep the throttle on, because there's basically no other speed restrictions on this service as we go up to Long Eaton, our first station call. So this is why there's speed restriction 25, because we have to move so far over to the different lines. So we've then got speed restriction on 30, but we're not going to go to 30. We're just going to wait till our 75 speed restriction. Actually, yeah, that's fine. So we'll turn on our full brakes or our full throttle and we'll get our announcement out. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this East Midlands Railway service from Matlock to Newark Castle. We've just departed Derby Railway Station. The next station stop will be Long Eaton at approximately 12:24. This train will be calling at Long Eaton, Antiborough, Beeston, Nottingham, Burton Joyce, Lowdham, Balsby and Newark Castle. For your safety and comfort, please keep all luggage clear of the aisles and doorways, and take care when you're moving around the train while it's in motion. If you see anything suspicious, speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. Remember your 3 S's stay, see it, say it, sorted. Thank you for travelling with East Midlands Railway today. Our next station stop, like I said, will be Long Eaton in approximately 10 minutes. Okay, so we're leaving Derby now. There's absolutely no speed restrictions that we're going to come up against. Like I said, we've got this 80 restriction, but our train can't throttle quick enough to get to that 80 speed restriction before we go there. So basically, we can literally just have it on the 80 speed restriction the whole time. Now, we are approaching our train station in a sec, so we'll test out the horn for this. I think it is a very nice horn for this service. To be fair, we're only running 2 cars. So normally, actually, most of these announcements on these 2 cars ones are actually done automatically in cab. But like I said, I like to give the full immersive experience and do the announcements myself. So we are going to be approaching the next station. So let's give them a little toot of the horn. Let's see how it sounds. We'll give another one. Because even though we're not technically a fast-moving train, technically we are. Technically we are a fast-passing service. And there's also a rail, or there's a bridge right next to it. So there is a couple of services that are like this, the East Midlands Railway ones, that do stop at these stations. Normally they're just going to Nottingham, so normally they're just like an East Midlands Railway service to Nottingham. And they stop at all the smaller stations along the way. We're going to get up to this 110 speed restriction and probably just sit at about 100 the whole time. And we've got about 10 minutes to get there in 4 minutes, so it isn't, or in 4 miles, so it isn't a massive thing. But what I will do, guys, is I'll put you into a short time lapse. You'll probably still see most of the journey, but we'll put you into a time lapse until we get up to approaching Long Eaton. Okay guys, so we're 1.7 miles out, so what we're going to do is we're going to get ready for our announcement of approaching Long Eaton. We just need to start, what we do need to start doing is slowing the train down because it's at about 88. And from what I've learnt, this train takes a while to stop. So, we'll put our full service brakes on. We'll get down to about 60 and we'll cruise at about 60. So we'll cruise about 60. Let's put out our station announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the next station will be Long Eaton Railway Station. This is Long Eaton. Please ensure you take all personal belongings with you when leaving the train. Please mind the gap between this train and the station and the platform edge. Please, next station will be Long Eaton. And this is... Oh, did we accidentally put on the emergency? We might have accidentally put on the emergency brake, which means... Oh, we're probably going to be late into Long Eaton now. Well, we're about 4 minutes early, so hopefully it doesn't affect anything. But this is why I absolutely hate these trains. This is the second video in a row where I've accidentally put on the emergency brake. As this one goes... Problem is I run it so fast, and then the issue is that... Yeah, I run it... Okay, so we need emergency, full brake release. So we need to wait until the brake's fully released to then put on our throttle, which will then bring us into Long Eaton. So we are going to be late. We were going to be 3 minutes early until I actually pressed the emergency brake. But this is, like I said, second video in a row where we've actually put in our emergency brake. So we go up to about 30. And we'll lay off the brakes just because this station is actually quite close. So there's another passing train. They're probably like, why is this guy so slow? And I'll be like, sorry guys, I actually released the emergency brake on accident. Sorry guys. So we are approaching Long Eaton now. Oh, that's so annoying, guys. I can't believe we've accidentally released the emergency brake. That's the thing, is I get distracted doing announcements, which means I'm not actually braking in time for this service. What's actually... Right, then we can put on our second brake and just start slowing us right down as we get into Long Eaton. See, it's because it gives us... It's because normally you have way more like distance to actually brake in. But because it's right, we've stopped like 9 meters now, that's fine. No, I don't wanna... Yeah, we'll do is we'll full service it, get it stopped. Right, that's fine. Open up the doors. Left hand side. And do you know what? We'll check out Long Eaton for a minute. Because we're going to be sat here for just a minute or two. Hello, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you getting on this train? You getting on this train? No, you're not. There's an elevator here that I thought went... Yeah, it goes down because the platform's basically in the air. Oh, my God. Get back up. That was an accident. We didn't mean to jump down there. But the train's so small that it gives you such a short stopping distance because it's like... Oh, and this is our one car. So we're basically... Yeah, we're not that far out. And does it actually matter? No, it doesn't really, to be fair. Right. So let's actually close that door. I don't think it would have closed me up. Oh. Let's get on our driver's seat. Let's lock the left-hand side doors. And like I said, as you can see, these doors do take a little while to close, like that one. Back there. It's going to close after all these ones have closed. It's such an annoying train to drive, I swear down. So, then we have to leave, when we're leaving Long Eaton, we have to take it slowly just because we've got the 15 miles per hour speed limit or speed restriction. And we've got a red signal, so we need to be very careful when leaving. So we'll go full throttle just to get up to speed and then we'll turn it off straight away. We'll put on full throttle, actually, not full. 7th. This should get us up to speed pretty quickly. And do you know what? We'll put out an announcement in a second. Let me just make sure we're not going to go too fast. Yeah. To be fair, we'll just cruise at 17. So, alright, let's buy our announcement. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard this East Midlands Railway service from Matlock to Newark Castle. We have just departed Long Eaton Railway Station. The next station stop will be Antiborough in around about 7 minutes. This train will be calling at Antiborough, Beeston, Nottingham, Burton Joyce, Lower Ham, Bellsby and Newark Castle. For your safety and comfort, please keep all luggage clear of the aisles and doorways. Please store any small baggage up in the overhead racking above. If you see anything suspicious or doesn't look right, please feel free to speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. Remember your 3S's date. See it, say it, sort it. Sorted. Thank you for travelling with East Midlands Railway service today. Like I said, our next station stop will be Antiborough in around about 6 minutes. Okay, right, so we need to be very... See, the problem is we could have gone faster up to this and then just slowed down. But it's just so much effort. See, so we've got a 70 speed restriction coming up to this, but we need to go slow anyway, so I didn't see the point in taking off, but that is probably going to make us delayed service into Antiborough anyway. So we need to... What we all need to do is we'll just need to slow this down by like 2 miles per hour. So 15 and then release. And we can just cruise on the actual 15 speed limit. It's probably the best option. But it's literally while we're just going around this bend. This one bend means that we have to slow the train all the way down to 15 miles per hour. It does mean you can barely hear anything because it's so... because we're so slow you can't even hear the engine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get this straight up. As soon as we pass that 15 speed restriction, we're going straight up to 30. And it does take a while before we can get to that 80 speed restriction, but we're going to get this up to that 30 and cruise at about 30. So we cruise about 28. I can already see that we're on a 3% decline, so we're probably going to catch up speed, which means we're going to have to slow ourselves down. So we're no longer on a one. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so we've got Antiborough and around about 2 miles, which is fine. Oh, I feel like we're probably going to be delayed. We've got 4 minutes to get there. So we're most likely, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get delayed out of Antiborough. Which is like what they expect me to do. You can't expect me to go up to 30 miles per hour for that literal like 10-meter track and then slow back down. Like, it's just one of those things. One of those things, guys. One of those things. Well, we have got an 80 speed restriction, so we might just speed it up just a little bit until we get to Antiborough. Even though it's so close, I'd rather actually just pick up a bit of speed, get there in a bit of time. It's in 1.7 miles. As long as we're not going too fast over, then it should be fine. I don't mind cruising at about 40. That is way faster than we were cruising before. Okay, right, let's put our station announcement out in a second. I think we've got a few signals before we actually get to Antiborough anyway. It's about 4 miles. Yeah, 1.3 miles. We're about to be 1.2 anyway. Might as well put the announcement out now. Ladies and gentlemen, the next station will be Antiborough Railway Station. This is Antiborough. Please remember to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. Make sure you've got all luggage before leaving this train. Next stop will be Antiborough in around about a minute. Right, so let's get to Antiborough. We're about 1 mile out, which is fine. We should be able to brake in time. Thing is, it's not even on our signals. There it is. Okay, it's just come on up. Right, let's slow the train down. I don't mind approaching at like 80. Or no, I mean 30. You just gotta be careful with Antiborough. I mean, 0.6 out. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but... Power little tour. Hooty hoot. Oh, there's another train coming. Hello. Twain! There's another Twain! That'll be the exact same service. That'll be going to Matlock now. See, and that's why we cruise about 80 or about 30, because as you can see, that station is literally like it wants us to stop basically as soon as we get in. So you have to be really careful with it. We got another little stop, so we'll... Then what we want to do is probably just want to full service brake this. Get us down to about 20. Because look, because it's, like I said, because we're running 2 cars, it wants us to stop even quicker. Luckily, we're not due to be at the station yet. Which is kind of some luck. Oh, and now we definitely got to brake, because otherwise we're not fucking making it in here. We sort of do have to brake release. We can get sort of close to this and then just... Oh my god, we did it almost perfectly. That was fucking lovely. So we got 2 minutes at this station. That was almost a perfect stop, to be fair. Right. So we're at Antiborough now. Next station will be Beeston. And then we've got our final station, what will be Nottingham. Oh, which is all actually... This service is reasonably quick. I know we spent 20 minutes on it so far, but... I mean, that's the heart of the journey, to be fair. Right. And no, that does take the piss. It gives us the loading time. You understand how much that takes the piss. We're going to be delayed out of Antiborough just because of how they wanted to do their speed, how they wanted to do the time. We should have a minute stop, 1 minute to do with that information. Absolutely fucking shit. 1.4 miles to Beeston. Right, that's fine. We'll do our announcement. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard this East Midlands Railway service from Matlock to Newick Castle. We've just departed Antiborough Railway Station. The next stop will be Beeston in approximately 2 minutes. This train will be calling at Beeston, Nottingham, Burston Joint, Lower Hound, Bursley and Newick Castle. If you see anything that doesn't look right, feel free to text British Transport Police or speak to a member of staff on board. You can text British Transport Police on 61016. Remember your 3 S's today. See it, say it, sort it. Our next stop will be Beeston Railway Station in around about 2 minutes. Oh. So we're going to be, like, as you can see, we're going to be delayed into Beeston because we didn't leave on time. We left about 30 seconds after because we had to wait for the doors to close at Antiborough. It's like, what the... Right, we don't want to go any higher than 40 miles per hour, even though it's going to make us late, but also I don't want to have to... The stopping distance at Beeston's not going to be very much. So I don't mind cruising. We're going to be late. I think that's a known fact that we're going to be late into Beeston. Which is annoying. I don't want to be late into Beeston, but we're going to be late. Sometimes in life, we've just got to deal with a few things. Yeah, and I don't think there was any point speeding up down this, because then we would have had to slow it back down. And that is where the problem lies, is slowing the train back down after it's already at speed. But we're going to be coming into Beeston now. Very shortly. We're going to be delayed probably by about a minute, but doesn't really matter. Is a minute. I mean, I say is a minute a long time in the grand scheme of things. When I'm on a service to Birmingham New Street and I'm delayed a minute, normally I've got like a 10-minute change, so normally, you know, a minute is actually quite a bit. Right, let's get our brakes on. Let's get down to about 30 miles per hour. Let's get into Beeston Railway Station. Let's get us down to about 15. See, guys, if you've watched our West Midlands, maybe, which is the one? This is EMR, so it might be a West Midlands Railway service. When we were going from London Euston, as you can see, the brakes on that train, you can already tell the difference between the brakes on that train and the brakes on this train, because the brakes on this train are absolutely crappy. Yeah, right, get us stopped. Beautiful. Let's get the doors open. We're late out of Beeston already. Like, what do you... Nah, this pissed me off. What do you mean we had 30 seconds to stop at Beeston? Like, what? That's not even enough time to open the doors and to get all the passengers out. So we are going to be delayed because of the shitty timetable. I'm completely, guys, by the way, not blaming this on my ability to drive trains. This is 100% everyone else's fault. Everyone else's fault. Because you see it takes over a minute to load everyone anyway. What do you expect? You can't give me a minute to do it. And it takes about 30 seconds for the doors to close. Look, the doors are closed now. And we have to wait for that M1 just to close as well. It's like, what is the point? Okay, so all the doors are closed. That's fine. Yep, buzz at me. I know I'm late. It's going to be fine. Alright. We got 1.2 miles until we get to Nottingham. Let's power an announcement. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard this East Midlands Railway service from Matlock to Newark Castle. We've just departed Beeston Railway Station. The next stop will be Nottingham, arriving at approximately 12:41. This train will be calling at Nottingham, Burton Joyce, Lower Hound, Bisley and Newark Castle. For your safety and comfort, please keep all luggage clear of the aisles and keep the doorways clear. If you have smaller items of luggage, please place them in the luggage racks above your head. There is also luggage carts for suitcases provided at the end of each carriage. If you see anything suspicious or anything unattended, please report it to a member of staff, or you could discreetly text some British Transport Police on 61016. Remember your 3 S's while you're travelling with us today. See it, say it, sorted. Thank you for travelling with East Midlands Railway service today. Our next station will be Nottingham, like I said, in around about 3 minutes. We're not getting into Nottingham in 3 minutes. That's not happening. Yeah, we're definitely late into Nottingham. Because what they basically expect us to do is... Like, I get when it's more than 3 miles, then you definitely just got to speed down the track. And then you got to deal with this stopping once you've dealt with it. But, like... Guys, you don't understand how annoyed that's made me that they gave us a minute. They gave us 1 minute stop at Beeston. I'm like, what are you playing at? Right. Yeah, and now of course we got speed restrictions. Of course we've got speed restrictions. Let's just throttle this. Let's full service brake because I actually don't know where that 50-mile-per-hour one is. Okay, let's go down to 50 miles per hour and let's power an auto announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall be arriving at Nottingham Railway Station. Please make sure you have all your belongings and take care when leaving the train. Change here for services towards London, St Pancras, Sheffield, Lincoln and Leicester. This train will be continuing to Burton, Joyce, Lower Ham, Bensley and Newark Castle. Remember to take care when changing from the train to the platform edge. Please mind the gap. Like I said, next station stop will be Nottingham. We're going to be approximately delayed by about 2 minutes on this service. Oh, let's apply our brakes. We don't want to go over the speed restriction. And let's actually put on all of our brakes. So we got 25-mile-per-hour speed restriction straight after it, and then it goes down to 15. Oh, the speed restrictions coming into Nottingham are absolutely crazy. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. Oh, and if you watched our last service, this is where these are the exact lights that we got stopped at for about 10 minutes. It was so annoying. We literally got held at red signals for 10 minutes during that service. So we got 1 orange, was fine, and then we do need to slow back down. We need to go to 15 miles per hour. We'll give it a bit more time. We don't want to be that late. We'll be probably late by about 30 seconds, that's for real. But then what we can do is just bring us back down to that 15 miles per hour, what it wants us to be at before we enter this actual station, which is fine. We'll just cruise into Nottingham. So to be fair, that service hasn't been too bad today. 30 minutes, not too shabby. Not too shabby for this service. We are slowly approaching into Nottingham now, where we will no longer be driving the train. It will just continue over to Newark Castle when it wants to. So, as always, guys, if you've enjoyed this service, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. You could check out the playlist on the screen in a little bit to show you a new train video, what you might want to watch. So we're just joining into Nottingham now, any second now. And if you actually want to know a cool fact, the Newark Castle train normally stops on platform 4 over there. It doesn't actually come to this platform. I don't think I've ever stopped at this platform for this service, ever. Right. So let's get into the station. Let's get ready to release the brakes. Or let's get ready to put the brakes on. We have got quite a little bit to stop. We are late by about 2 minutes. Or 1minute and 30 seconds. But, okay. Oh, I didn't mean to put on the emergency brake. Fucking hell. Did mean that we came to a stop. At least. Right, let's unlock the doors. Get all the passengers out. And then we'll switch drivers. But the thing is, we've got to switch drivers at Nottingham anyway, so... Okay, right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.